أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Welcome! Today, we're going to be diving into a really profound passage from Sūrah al-Baqarah, one that kind of challenges our whole idea of what faith is. This exploration is compiled by Mir Ali Shah for Living the Wisdom of the Quran, and it's all about shifting our focus from faith as something we inherit to faith as something we actively do. Okay, so where does this all start? Well, it begins with a really powerful question from the Quran. And it's a question that's designed to make us stop and think, to really unsettle our assumptions about who we are. Now, you see, this isn't a question about your family tree or historical records. The Quran is asking something so much deeper. It's asking, are you facing the same spiritual direction as Abraham? It's a challenge that completely reframes what it means to belong. So, how does the Quran answer this huge question? It's not with some complicated theological argument. Instead, it just points to a single, defining moment, a moment of pure, unhesitating surrender. And here is it. This one exchange is the absolute core of Abraham's path, his millah. And just notice the immediacy here. The command comes, aslam, surrender. And the response is instant. Aslamtu, I have surrendered. There's no pause, no, let me think about it, just yes. That complete submission in that single moment defines his entire spiritual legacy. This moment of surrender introduces a really powerful idea, that our spiritual direction matters so much more than our physical origin. So let's look at this idea from a couple of angles, the outer classical view and the inner Sufi perspective. This really captures that shift the Quran is calling us to, doesn't it? It's a move away from a faith that's all about the past, about your lineage, your history, your claims, and it's a move towards a faith that is alive, right here in the present. It's not about where you came from, it's about where you are choosing to face, right now. From the classical scholarly view, the point is crystal clear. The great commentator Ibn Kathir, he puts it bluntly, your family tree, your lineage, it has zero power to save you if it isn't backed up by your own personal submission to God. And then, here's the inner dimension of that same truth from the great mystic and poet Rumi. He gives us this beautiful metaphor of a compass. You know, our faith isn't some old map we inherit from our parents. It's a living compass, and we have to be constantly checking it, making sure we're pointed in the right direction in every single moment. So, if our faith isn't based on our ancestry, then what is our true identity? Well, the Quran offers a stunningly beautiful alternative. It's this concept of Sibat Allah, the coloring or the dye of God. The idea is that our real identity comes from being completely imbued with the qualities of the divine. It's a coloring that washes away every other label, tribe, nation, family, and leaves only one, a servant of God. And to drive this point home, to make absolutely sure we don't miss it, the Quran uses a really powerful literary tool. It uses repetition for emphasis. There's this one key verse that's stated not just once, but twice. It acts like a bookend for this whole discussion, just to make sure the message lands. And this is that verse. It's such a clean, decisive statement. The deeds of our ancestors, they belong to them. Our deeds, they belong to us. There are no spiritual hand-me-downs, no transfers of credit, and definitely no exemptions. We are each individually responsible for what we earn. So the bottom line is this. Belonging to the way of Abraham isn't something you find in a historical archive. It's found in a present tense act of surrender. It's something you do, not something you just own. So let's bring all of this together now. Let's take a moment for a little personal reflection and turn this timeless wisdom inward. Just let that thought settle for a moment. The real test of our faith, it's not found in our family history or the community we were born into. The real test is our own personal response in that moment when God asks of us what he asked of Abraham, surrender. And as we reflect on this intimate prayer, this munajat, let's ask ourselves a final, really crucial question. If that divine call to surrender came to us, right now, in this moment, would our history get in the way of our obedience? We ask the turner of hearts to keep our inner compass pointed true, so that our living, breathing submission is never buried under the weight of yesterday. Amen.